Welcome to this advanced session on connecting cloud infrastructure with Harmony SASE. In this video, we will explore how to securely connect your on-premise or cloud resources to the Harmony SASE fabric, enabling seamless and secure access for your users. Here's what we'll cover today. First, why connecting private resources is important in an environment, especially a hybrid environment. Next, we'll review the architecture and prerequisites. Then we'll walk through the configuration steps, add an application, and demonstrate secure access. Finally, we'll wrap up with monitoring and best practices, followed by a hands-on demo overview. Why connect cloud or on-premise resources? Organizations often have critical applications hosted in private data centers or cloud environments. Traditional VPNs can be complex, hard to scale, and introduce security risks. Harmony SASE solves this by providing a cloud-delivered, zero-trust approach to connect users securely to these resources without the overhead of legacy VPN solutions. Let's see the architecture overview. Your Harmony SASE gateway connects to a lightweight connector installed on an Ubuntu server within your private network. This connector uses WireGuard technology for fast, secure tunneling. Once the tunnel is established, users can access internal applications through the SASE fabric, either via the Harmony agent or through a secure web portal. The Harmony SASE connector acts as a bridge between your private subnet and the SASE gateway. This full mesh connectivity allows gateways and connectors to interact seamlessly, provide robust security and high availability for your hybrid network. Let's look at the prerequisites. We should make sure that an Ubuntu server with a public IP address is available to host the connector. We have it in our lab setup. Details of your internal subnet and the applications you want to publish should be available, and it shouldn't be conflicting. And administrative access to the Harmony SASE portal, and of course, your Harmony SASE network and user groups already described. Now let's see the step to configure connector. The process is very simple. First, we need to add a tunnel in the Harmony SASE portal. We'll be doing it in the lab. So you can see I put a picture here how it looks like where we need to enter the details. We need to add a tunnel, choose the Harmony SASE connector, and provide the connector name, public IP of your Ubuntu server, and the internal subnet of your private resources. Once it is done, we have to copy the installation command for the Ubuntu and use it to set up the connector. Now let's see how to install connector on Ubuntu. In order to do this, we need to connect to the Ubuntu system by taking SSH into the server and run the installation command you copied from the portal. So when we click on the configuration, we get something as you can see on the right hand side of the slide, the command which starts with curl -s. So this is how you install it. Once installed, check the Harmony SASE portal to confirm the connector status is up. This indicates that it's ready to use. So the installation process is designed to be straightforward. By following the prompts and accepting default options, you minimize the risk of misconfiguration. So always verify the connector status in the portal to ensure successful deployment. Now let's move to the next part, which is adding internal application. Once the tunnel is up, we'll add an application in the portal. This application represents your internal resources, such as an RDP server or a web app. We'll assign it to the correct network and user group and link it to the connector we just configured. So we can do this by navigating to the private access in the say Harmony portal and select applications. So we'll get a screen, as you can see on the right hand side of the slide, where we will provide the details like name, protocols, and the internal IP address of the virtual machine, and network, user groups, etc. Now let's see how we can access the application. Users can access application in two ways. First, through the Harmony SASE web portal, which provides agentless access. This is ideal for contractors or BYOD users. Second, through the direct access using the Harmony SASE agent, which allows native RDP or SSH connections once connected to the SASE network. So agentless access is perfect for users who need quick browser-based connectivity without installing software. And agent-based access, on the other hand, is suited for employees who require full-featured native access to the internal applications. Both methods ensure secure and seamless connectivity. Now let's look about monitoring and best practices. So finally, we'll review the logs in the Harmony SASE portal. Here you can see user activity, application access attempts, and tunnel health status, which will give you full visibility and control over your environment. So you can use monitor and logs to track portal logins and application access attempts. For better results, always plan your subnets carefully to avoid overlaps, and apply least privileges for application access, and deploy multiple connectors for redundancy and in the production environment. Now that we have covered the concepts, let's move to the hands-on part. In this demo, we'll configure a Harmony SASE connector to establish a secure tunnel to our private network. Then we will add an internal application and test access using both the web portal and the Harmony SASE agent. So we have three important steps in this lab. The first step is to add a tunnel for Harmony SASE connector. You can see my screen. I've already logged into Checkpoint portal. To add a tunnel for Harmony SASE connector, the first thing is I need to access my network from the network section in the portal. So you can see my network, lawless-network, on the screen. Yeah. So here we have regions and gateways. So in order to add the tunnel, expand your network and click the three-dot menu next to the gateway. And there is an option, Add Tunnel. So once you click on that, you will get a screen to choose the tunnel protocols. What we have to select here is Harmony SASE connector and click Continue. Once you click on Continue, you will get some note saying that to use this option, you must set up an Ubuntu server or a CentOS instance. We have already done that. It's available in our lab, so we can click on Next. And this is the configuration part where you have to provide your name, endpoint, and subnets. So name is nothing but it's a name for the tunnel. If you have any questions, you can just click on the question mark just to the each and every prompt. So it says should contain only alphanumeric characters and spaces. So for endpoint, this should be the public IP address of the connected network where the WireGuard connector will run. So basically that would be the public IP address of the Ubuntu server. That is our connector, WireGuard connector, where on the server where the WireGuard connector will run. Then we have subnets. This is the local network subnets, which would be, in our case, it would be our the internal subnet of the system, where our system is running, the virtual machine. Okay, so in my case, I have already created this tunnel to make it easy during the demonstration. So this is how you provide the information, and then you click on Next. So let me show you. Once you click on Next, what happens? It creates a tunnel like this, and then if you click on the three dots, you have an option to edit tunnel. If you edit it, you can see the information. So in my case, I've provided name as Lawless Tunnel. This is the public IP and the subnet where my internal machine is connected to. Okay, so I'm closing this. And now if you want to get, the next step is we need to install the connector on Ubuntu. So after applying and creating the tunnel, then we need to click the three-dot menu next to the tunnel and select configuration. So click on the three-dot. Apart from editing tunnel and deleting tunnel, we have one more option, configuration. If you click, you will get a note saying that you can execute this command to install the connector. So we need to copy this. There is a button to make it easy. Just copy command, and after copying that, we need to take SSH to our Ubuntu server. We need to install connector. So let me access that. I've already taken SSH, and we need to run the command over here. So paste it and click enter. So you will get some message about the script, what it does. The script will install WireGuard, it will configure WireGuard connected to the Harmony SASE and add a firewall and enable IP forwarding. And this is supporting with Ubuntu 16.04 and newer versions, Red Hat systems and CentOS. So I'm just giving yes to proceed and click enter. First, it is detecting the environment, and it detected the environment. The operating system that I'm using is Ubuntu 24.04, so it's the latest version. Next, it is installing WireGuard. Click enter to continue. And WireGuard already installed, skipping steps. So there's WireGuard already installed, so it will do the configuration part now. And it's configuring. Please enter. Interface name is WG0. I'm giving the default one. Interface will be created. Continue for the prompts. You can just read the prompt and proceed with the default option. There is nothing much to change unless if you want to change the interfaces. Yes. So this is the IP which is configured on usable interfaces, and this IP listed above will be used as a source address for the access mode. Yep, we can click yes. Press enter, and finally you get a message saying that WireGuard connector has been successfully configured and is up and running. So now once you get this message, once the installation completes, the connector will automatically establish a secure WireGuard tunnel to the Harmony SASE gateway. So the next step in this demo is to add an internal application. So in order to add an internal application on the Harmony SASE portal, we have to go to private access and applications. Here we'll get a screen like this, and we have an option to add applications. Once you click this, it will ask you to provide a lot of information starting from application name. So in this case, we will create an application and name it, and the protocol should be RDP because we are going to publish it as an RDP app so that it can be accessed both via web portal and also with the Harmony SASE agent. And then so if I select RDP, then it will ask me for the client type. We'll provide it as a web, and then we have to provide host name, network. We need to provide an authentication like the username and password needed to access the application. And then finally we will fill we can also add a policy if needed, and assigning group members are important. So I've already created this. Let me just show it to you. I'm canceling this window, and for the demonstration purpose I've created it. So Lawless internal Windows. This is my application. So let me edit it. So you can see RDP web type, and this is the IP address of the VM which we are publishing, and this is the network details. I've given the authentication information, assigned group, etc. So let me cancel this. So now the application is created. So now to access it, we need to access it from the Windows machine within our network topology. So I'll click on the access for members here, and I'll get a link which I can access to access my application. So let me go back to the system. This is my client system from where I can access all the application. So I'll open a browser. Okay, browser is loading, then paste this link. So once I paste the link, it will prompt me for the credentials, possibly. It's loading. Yeah, now you can see the screen where it's listing all the application. There is another dummy app along with the latest internal windows. So if I click on this, it should open a new tab, and I should be able to access the application, means the virtual machine, through this browser. See, it's connecting to the remote host. Take a while. Oh, I'm getting a message saying that connection error. The upstream server does not appear to exist and cannot be reached over the network. This could be possibly because the destination system is not turned on. So I'm reconnecting it. So I've ensured that the system is turned on now. So let's try it again. Let me connect to the internal Windows application. If I click, it will open a new tab, and the system, it's an authorization is happening. It may take some time, and after that we must be able to connect to the remote host. Yes, now you can see that it's loading, it's logging in, and we'll be able to see the system credentials, sorry, the desktop now. Yeah, so this is how the agentless mode of application access work through a browser. That's it for this session. We have learned how to connect private resources to Harmony SASE, publish applications, and provide secure access for users without the complexity of traditional VPNs. Thank you for joining, and feel free to reach out with any questions.